go. Welcome back. So glad to have you guys. This is week 3 of our distance learning, online learning so far. So we've survived. You survived last week, the onslaught of so much work for you to do. Congratulations. If by chance you guys had too much work or it was very overwhelming, let me know. I mean, I didn't receive any angry emails yet, so I'm assuming you're okay. Not that I got work from everybody. I would love if you guys gave me more work. But, you know, we're getting work in, and that's great. If you have any feedback, though, let me know. It's a learning process for me as well as you. So let me know if there's anything I can do better, or I could adjust that might help you guys out a little bit, okay? That being said, learning process. I'm adjusting it again a little bit this week just because we have so much to, I didn't like that I was giving a 17-minute video last week. That was too much. I mean, it covered lots of information, but what I'm going to try this week is still cover the information you need, but I'm going to do it in multiple videos. So we're just going to cover this one here, good morning video. It's going to cover, it's just going to tell you what the assignments are, and it's going to, what to do this week, and it's going to tell just any upkeep we need to take care of, any maintenance for the class, okay? So let's start with, first bit of information is office hours, okay? My office hours, again, 1 to 2:30, Tuesday through Friday. If you have any questions for me, I will be at my computer, ready, set to go to answer questions by email, by phone, by text, and now by Zoom. So starting Wednesday, last Wednesday I was on Zoom during my office hours. The information is posted in Google Classroom. It'll be the same information all week. Just use that, hop in there if you have a question, you want to say hi, you want to sit there and wait for friends to log in, totally fine. That's the information, and it's from 1 to 2:30, except the big change this week is Wednesday I have a meeting at 1:30, so my office hours starting this Wednesday on Wednesdays are going to be from 12 to 1:15, at least for Zoom. I will still be answering text and emails during my regular office hours, but Zoom meetings will be from 12 to 1:15. Okay? Now, let's continue on. Second thing for this week. Word of the week. Space. Space is a good and interesting topic right now, and I'm not talking about outer space, but space, like there's space in front of me. It's a big topic right now as we are trying to socially distance, so we're trying to create space in between us and others. At the same time, we are in a confined space in our houses with our families and trying to manage how we're all in each other's space. Okay, but more importantly for this topic right now is space. It's that thing you add after a period before you begin your new sentence. Okay? It's one of those things that a couple people having, or a number of you are struggling with, at least in your journal entries that I'm seeing. Remember, we add a space, should be 2, but I'm good with 1 space, but make sure it's after the period before you begin a new sentence. That way, that's just how it goes. Add a space after the period before you start a new sentence. Just remember that. Not before, but after. Okay, now, let's see. Oh, yes, also on that space, word of the week, space. You are now adding that to your checklist. So instead of giving you questions that you have to answer at the end of this video, just take that word, add it to the top of your checklist. You'll see it says word of the week, space. You'll get points for that. If it's missing, you lose points on your checklist. Okay? So checklist, by the way, easy, 10 points. If you just write the dates down and word of the week. All right. Now, let's see where we at. Ooh, 1 second. I've lost my spot. Okay, let's keep going. We have your assignments for this week. Let's cover them really quickly. you have 3 chapters to read for The Outsiders. I assigned last week 1, 2, and 3, and then Tuesday changed my mind on that, and you only had to do chapters 1 and 2, and you only had to do the questions for chapters 1 and 2. If you did the questions for 3 as well, that's okay. That means you are partway done with this week. This week's chapters are 3, 4, and 5, so make sure you do those and the questions. You do not have to do chapter 3 questions again if you already did them. However, if you did not do them last week, make sure you do them this week. You will not be penalized for leaving one of the 2 blank, because I'm assigning chapter 3 questions again this week, even though you got them last week. You will not be penalized for leaving one of those weeks blank, but you will be if you leave them both blank. Okay, so make sure you do chapters 3, 4, and 5 this week. You have your point of view graphic organizer to do. You have your character or graphic organizer to do. Those were assigned last week. They are going to be due, so you'll find them from last week on Google Classroom. They'll be due this Sunday with the rest of your work. Okay, now you have, everybody's favorite, 2 journal entries again this week. So you have 2 journal entries, same as last week. One's going to be your topic, and one is a topic I'm going to give to you. So just make sure you do those 2 journal entries, 5 sentences each. Turn them in, and then check off everything on your checklist. Add space at the top. Turn it all in, and you're good for the week. Again, chapters you can do audio. That's perfectly acceptable. And you have 6 things total this week to submit. Remember, that's also 6 things I have to grade. So if you want to torture me, you want to give me a hard time, do your work, turn it in. That's that much more I have to grade. Less time I get to spend napping, playing video games, just not working. Okay? Turn in your work, make me have to grade it. It sounds like a good trade-off to me. Now, one last thing before we go. I know this is already a long video that I'm on to, but if I give you your work back, so on the journal, I gave you some criteria, I showed you what was wrong, I gave you maybe 15 points out of 20. If you want to fix that and make it 20 points out of 20, correct it, okay? I have said on those, you can resubmit by the deadline. I'm not worried about the deadline. So if you turn it in on Sunday and I gave you the corrections tomorrow, even though it's already past due, resubmit, get your full points, okay? It's okay if you turn it in past Sunday for full credit. There will be a deadline later on, but sometime into May, okay? So, yeah. Late work, if you haven't turned something in, turn it in. I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed with work if you wait and stuff too long, because there's work and work and work each week. So turn that in, but for resubmissions, to get full credit on something I've already graded and given back to you, I don't really have a deadline on that. So just turn that in, okay? That's it for this week. If again, any questions, ask me, let me know. I'm happy to help, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.